Good morning, everybody. Carol, I'm sorry I spelt your name wrong. I didn't mean to. It just happened. So, we've been busy doing a lot of things here for growth development messages. So, I kind of wanted to see if anyone had a specific question, and perhaps some that are coming aren't quite here yet, or if there's people who are watching that didn't sign in. Maybe you have a question. I do have Jesus here, but I would kind of really like to get and talk about things that you might want to know. Yes. So, Barbara, anything you have going on that you'd like to know more about? I feel like you're not listening. Well, it's going to enable me to share my wisdom with you better if you ask about it. Because I find I always don't know what all of you want to know. I forget for myself, what it used to be like. I'm just dropping everything. Having my right eye cataract surgery tomorrow. I feel really good with that, and I think you'll be amazed at how different your eyesight will be. So, relax. They know what they're doing. I've already called in the master surgeons for you. Just remember and ask, is there a choice of far-sighted or nearsighted? And then that's your decision to make. When you wake up, do you want to see things that are near you? Because then you'll have to get supplement eyesight for the other. And I've had so many people tell me they see nearsighted, but it wasn't the one they would have asked for. But everybody's different. Everybody's different in what they ask for. So we wish you many blessings tomorrow. Now, you can tell me, Barbara, was it you that one of the messages was about Sirius? I don't always remember messages, but that's what's coming to my mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's Marby. Good morning. I'm asking everyone if they have a question that they would like to ask me today, Marby, about their journey, something I talk about, and you always have another question. Okay, Carol. Let's see. Barbara, yes, I wonder when I get messages, and even though I meditate sometimes, I don't get expanded explanation. Yes, my message was about Sirius. Well, I did pick up that you either can't imagine that a lifetime you held was in Sirius, or because you're not to that place where you can have that expanded expression, can't go there and really call it in. So I believe you were on the board. I think I mentioned that day there's quite a number of people that are being drawn to me because I am also on the board. And I think Sirius is known to be one of the more easy planets and people to get along with. So let me see if I can go into Mother and see if she can give you a response. And yes, it is true. And that expansion and raising the consciousness into a higher state is what we are all continually looking for. Know that will never end, no matter who you are. But where you are sitting in this moment is without a lot of the turmoil there was in your life at one time. So in your meditation now, and I'm wondering, do you have a specific meditation or do you sit and just allow the energy to come to you? And whatever you might ask or whatever. Is there a... Good morning, Jules. Isis came up. Interesting. That's very interesting. And I assume Isis did not give you a message either, even though she's for the throat. She was attempting to let you have that vision through the throat. And I know a lot of you don't realize that visions come in with the throat energy. So Carol's bringing up a really good point, Barbara Ward, that the most important thing that you can give yourself every day is becoming rooted. And the deeper you can solidify that being down through all the levels of the earth, reaching the gap before you hit into the center of the earth, which is like an ocean where the home of Mother is because that depth of energy is what expands your field. And I have people who don't even do grounding, but it's like the number one thing to do every day before you ever do anything is to get yourself as deep as you can, down deep into the center of the earth. You want to move into the consciousness of Mother. And what you're going to find will happen is you're going to start expanding more. So instead of your field being here, it'll next be here, and then it'll be here. This is expansion, but it also expands out all the way around you. So there's a lot. And I accept your answer that no, she didn't, but I don't know that if you opened to listening, that you could hear. So there's limitations here. And for yourself, as the seeker that I perceive you are, you need to begin to believe in yourself some and develop your own gifts and allow them to expand you. Now, the number one concern for most people first is, well, then I won't be who I am. But you must understand that who you are today isn't who you will be tomorrow. But who you are today will go with you tomorrow. So it isn't that you're becoming less, you're increasing your expansion and your knowingness and remembering. Because remember, I've told everyone, when you come to that enlightened self, you're going to remember, oh, I remember this. How did I ever forget it? So, why, Carol says, why is it difficult for some people to get rooted? And I think they're too busy in their mind. Being rooted is a surrender. It's how you begin to learn. Yes. And also for you, I don't know how I don't know you as a person. So just from the energy, maybe your mind is, I won't say it's busy, but it's in a different place. So when you go to surrender and know that you're surrendering to allow the power of God to come to be with you, it's going to keep deepening and keep taking you deeper. And it's almost like you're going to be inside a little elevator and you'll see the walls of the earth, different levels, gravel and mud and maybe water pass by you. You're actually going to move through the experiences of earth. And all of a sudden there'll be nothing. And that's the void. That's the void that exists before Mother. And then you're going to come out and see the ocean. So I hope that brings clarity to someone here, you, Barbara, and Carol, that expansion isn't sitting and waiting for it. Expansion comes from your own development in how you spend your time each day in wanting to understand more, to become more light, higher consciousness. It just doesn't happen to you. Along the way, continually, you release old patterns and old stuff to free your energy up to where it's stiff and rigid, to become more flexible and more open, so that when you do go to surrender, it's going to listen to you. Your heart's going to, oh, let's relax and see what else there is. Because in that rigid place, that this is how I'm doing it, you don't get any further. Or it's something that has to really like move a mountain to get you to here. So deeper grounding, deeper understanding of maybe perhaps for you what God is for you. And that's like many levels of God, they're saying to me. And I would just start journaling and let your hand speak to you. There's so much wisdom in you, Barbara, Carol, Kathy, and Kathy Marino. Good morning. No problem. We're here. But you got to want to hear what's going on inside you. You want to know more than just hear. So you might find yourself drawing a little image. Don't just ignore that. That is a message. And just give your hand over to the God self within you, to your higher self, and say, what do you want to tell me about this life today? Or do you remember the lifetime I had before that? And just see what comes out. And you can always just start reading, hello, I'm ready. Hello, I'm ready. But once you get that it's safe to let your higher self speak to you, there won't be such a difficulty in letting it just come. And that's a way for you to learn your own wisdom and what's inside you and your higher self, who are truly one and the same. But at this point, the higher self isn't capable of coming down and sitting until all the chakras get into alignment with her. You see? So just see if I answered all your questions. But Sirius is an exciting place. I'm learning more all the time. And I would say for most people, it's frightening to think that we're going to be going back to the planets. And yet, if you allow yourself to take time and to remember, it will not be so frightening because you'll remember. And you'll remember you were safe. Certainly, there may be those people who've had not happy experiences in some places. And no, we do not want to return to those. But we can return to those that are very healing, like the Pleiades is another one that I would suggest people begin to connect to. They're very much like us. And what they've eliminated is the in-between. You're either like we are or you're like they are. So we have that capacity. We've just forgotten. And it's about now reminding ourselves that they understand thoughts are things. Even here today, these thoughts are things. They will start bringing back to you that which you're requesting. Like if you want to learn more about Sirius, bring me more information about Sirius so I can receive it, so I can hear it, so I can feel it. Just not, oh, tell me, what did you say, that one person? You just sit and ask the energy to come to you. Well, for right now, you need to also ask them to bring you understanding, to hear it, to see it, to feel it, to have ways here to show you there. There's a lot of different things that you could ask to spur that forward. You see what I mean? So, yeah, growth is expanding, and not only in consciousness, that word may be that some of you don't understand, but it's expanding the awareness of yourself. And yes, that we're human, but right now we are no longer human. For those of us who are on their path, that's pretty much sometimes when we're scared and frightened, we return to because it doesn't really go anywhere. But right now, you're of a higher consciousness that's on their journey and perhaps frightened for different reasons. But it's safe to ask, tell me more, show me more, let me feel more. The feeling nature is so important to every part of what we do with ourselves. How does it feel? If it doesn't feel good, then move, change your thought, go somewhere else. And that's important because you have to learn to be in charge. It isn't someone dangling a rope at you. Well, I want to go to Sirius. Please let me feel how I felt the last time I was there. Let's do that together for whoever wants to know about Sirius. Or if it's not Sirius, then go to the Pleiades. Let's all ask, how did we feel on our path for the first time that we thought and experienced Sirius or the Pleiades? And see what comes to you. You're welcome, Carol. Let me feel what it was like being around Palladians, being around Syrians, being on that planet, feeling the energy. What were the people like? How did I feel around the beings that were there? And I got to say, for me, it's very interesting. It keeps being almost the same word. But does someone, have you gotten something yet to tell me in the Good morning, Jules. Yeah, we're just having kind of a conversation day. So did anyone go to Sirius that can tell me how that felt? Just think. Now I am on Sirius. I am surrounded with old friends that I knew when I was here before. How do I feel? How is my body responding to their acknowledgement of me? You see, it doesn't have to be quick, short little things. Create a scenario. I gotta tell you, for me, I feel happy. I feel happy and glad to be there again. Now, when I go to the Pleiades, there's just laughter and love. Very different. And I know I'm understood. Interesting thoughts, right? There's a piece about the Pleiades. They understand, as I understand. So I know I've spent a long time there. But it's not bad on Sirius either. So is anyone getting any kind of feeling or visual or message about either of those locations? Felt valued. I love it. Unconditional acceptance on Sirius. And I'm going to cry. Barbara, do you see you were missing that? What is that going to do for you? Well, hopefully it's going to let you be able to sit and learn more. Not just about Sirius, but about you. So where were you at that you want to go home, Kathy? Where were you going? Did you go to Sirius or the Pleiades? And where's home? Is home one of these places or is home here on Earth? The Pleiades. You were at Pleiades. Does that mean you want to go home to the Pleiades? It is very amicable there. They do not have trauma. No. Well, one day we will be in that position, and it's called reaching the end of the journey. And you pretty much have a choice of where you want to go and what you want to do. Okay? But it's by learning to love you and to love this place. And Carol says she felt happy, joyful, and connected to all. Isn't it wonderful? So here, for there's a reason why we all have chosen to come back and be here on Earth at this stressful time. And what it is you're probably more evolved than you think, because everyone's taken apart in the illusion that has been lived out time over time. And we've come back to help people remember to love. Everything's going to be fine. We're all a choice. Energy follows thought. You have to remember to have good thoughts, strong thoughts, loving yourself, feelings. Well, I'll tell you what, Kathy Marino, as I look at your words, just know that home's waiting for you when you I want to say evolve, and it's not the right word, when you can upgrade your consciousness to, if you go home, it's fine, and if it's not, it's fine too. That's an interesting stance to say, But we almost have to become that about everything to become enlightened, to not have the judgment, the criticism. But it's good and healthy that you have it, so now you can go about looking, how do I shift this? How can I use my awareness in this third eye and um, crown, which is God's wisdom, and in my throat to understand it isn't so bad. It's just people's reaction. Because you're tapping into all the huge amount of people that are very angry and wish they weren't here either. But as I know you, Kathy Marino, there's another place inside you that you can bring the Pleiades here. We can bring Sirius here. We can bring all these places here within and from ourselves. That's why we went there before. So that there was a place that we could gather and bring home here. So that whatever home is, which to be honest with you, home is within the heart of Mother, Father, God. I bring it in for us all in the beginning of every time we meet. How and who has taken the time? Well, what does that feel like to bring Mother and Father inside the heart? We have to get where, oh, this is what I'm told to do, into, well, what does that feel like? So let's bring Mother and Father deep into our hearts right now. And let's feel. Maybe start to let them expand who you are. I wonder if anyone's ever thought that there's a great expansion that comes with really allowing Mother, Father, God in. You may just be saying words and not allowing the real beings to come. But if you do, and when we say, let's bring Mother, Father into the depth of your heart, there is something magical that happens. There is an expression through the movement of consciousness to expand who you are. So I'm going to give you a few minutes and just see how that feels differently. It's very comforting for me to always know Mother and Father are there, they're awake, they're there for me, they're holding me, and my heart is at peace. And the word is expansion. You don't have to expand out further than you want, but realize how much room you have to breathe, how much room you have to understand you and the word love. That could be a place to begin. So much. This is about healing. This is about embracing and loving who you are. And in that, you begin to love the world and people, even though they don't love themselves, which all this anger, they can't. Not possible. But we must help by holding that love of Mother, Father in our heart, knowing that we are all the love there is, with no doubt. By experiencing that one movement every day, breathing the true energy of Mother and Father God deep into your heart and feeling the love, feeling as they embrace you and your whole consciousness expands. What a gift that would be if everyone here decided to start doing that. Kathy, she feels safe. You are correct. Heaven is in my home. I'm so grateful that you got that, Kathy. And good morning, Lauren. I'm glad you made it. We're having conversation. Let's see, how do I call it? maybe when we're done, you want to go back and do from the beginning. And we were talking about ourselves and what's safe and what isn't. Yes, thank you. Good day to you, Lauren. But don't leave. Just sit and open your heart to Mother, Father, God and feel the love. That's where we're at. Just feel the love. Good. And good. Oh, and Carol saying her explanation was when she thought about Sirius. She felt happy, joyful, and connected to all. We were working with Sirius and Pleiades and trying to learn how to expand our fields and begin to learn more about love and ourselves. And so I went to the simplicity, and Kathy said she felt safe with Mother and Father deep within her. Heaven is my home. Now, Kathy, remember, you walk around with that, and it's going to continue to expand and show you more as you become comfortable with it. And then you're going to wonder how it fits in the front door. And you realize it doesn't have to because it expands. You have felt very unsafe of late. Well, I don't think you're the only one, Lauren. And the world's an interesting place right now. But as I explained earlier, that's why we're all here. Because we want to know more about love. Well, you know what you do with beings from other places? You have to protect yourself at night, and you must call in Saint Germain, Lord Michael. There are a lot of beings you can call in to protect you that will tell them they must leave. It's not a cool thing to have that happen. You want to create your space and that no one from another world, from another space and time come, unless your higher self, who you need to be working with, lets you know that there's someone important coming tonight to give you a message. Then you know it's within the realm of the masters and Mother and Father, and that they're safe to be talking to. And did you send this person away, or what was it, Lauren? Are you there? Okay. So, and did you hear words or just a feeling? But I'm going to say to you, that I'm going to offer you Archangel Michael to stand on your right side as a protector in red. Okay. So, I'm not going to go into it a lot unless people ask for this discussion, but I'm going to let you know Archangel Michael, sure you know who he is, and he'll be in the color of red on your right side carrying a sword 24 hours a day. And there's going to be no one of a different frequency in your world at this time where you're just beginning in this growing process. Is that comfortable for you? Good. You're welcome. And perhaps I'll sit with uh, everyone here. I have about 7 masters, and we'll see how to work out maybe having something about other realms and how to not get taken in, you know, because it's a long story. And we'll see. Well, good. See? So he must have known that for me to let you know, but now he's going to be there 24 hours a day. So you have to, in those situations, make sure he comes up forward so you can see him. That's why I'm giving you his color, and not allow anyone until you get more understanding about what is going on out in the cosmos, so that you really will be safe. So, well, that's not good. Yeah, those are not light people. Light people would not do that. So, like I said, now I am sure you will have Archangel Michael there. Let me write down your name, and before I go to bed, I will call in enforcements. How's that? Now, I will do this throughout the weekend, and we'll see how you feel sleeping. I don't know if you were here when my husband came on, but he's very powerful with the violet flame, the Saint Germain, and the protection. So hopefully, if it's all right with you, I'll. Nope, she found it. Okay. Now, do you see how your angels around you wanted you to know where it really was? That's pretty powerful. Thank you for that. But we're still going to do it so that you can begin to have confidence in knowing that you're safe in the arms of God. Now, I don't have my little picture here anymore. I have to ask Doug where he put it. Because you are, in your beingness, way up at the top, there's an I am presence. That is your individualized presence of God. And in the middle is what we call the higher self. And then there's you encompassed in the violet flame. So when I go to bed, I always ask for my I am presence to come down and let me sit within her heart every night to grow, to learn, or to sleep soundly. You know, that's what they're all here around us for, is to support us. Yes, I am presence down into your heart and ask to sleep within her heart with her protection and to grow. So it's very good, and no one will bother you with the I am presence right there with you. Okay. Any questions from anyone else that was going along here? Barbara, how are you feeling? How did you feel with that expanded energy of mother and father that just kept growing, Barbara? Are you still here? I guess we're getting late, huh? Okay. Anybody else with any questions? You know, always remember that no matter who I'm talking to, it's a part of you. Excellent, and more clarity. Yes, I am here. Good. I didn't know where you went. So, for some of you like Barbara, you have a lot of time over this now. When you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days to work on feeling Mother and Father God and your consciousness growing, expanding. So what does that word mean? That means you can sit and feel presence of you, and as consciousness grows, it's going to become more around you and also lift up. It's not going to come out of the earth. If you don't have it in the earth, it can't. Because let's think of a lotus. And if it releases from the earth, then that's when you meet those people that are screwy and don't know what they're doing. Excellent. Felt very safe. So you have to be anchored down into the earth and begin to feel yourself. And the consciousness stays in the earth but grows. It doesn't lift up. It grows and becomes more. Good. Very good. And Kathy, how are you doing? Good. Marby and Jules, we really didn't get to talk to you much. I don't see Jules. I saw you said hello to her, but I don't see her. Oh, there she is. If you have any questions from all you heard, Jules, just let me know. Let me go back down. I'm good and feel peaceful. Wonderful. So I wish for the highest protection for everyone who's here on this channel today, for their higher selves, for their highest angels, and a set of protective angels. Right now I'm going to call in 144,000 protective angels for each one of you for the weekend. So you can truly get rooted and begin to expand with that mother-father energy in your heart. And you'll see how everything will begin to look different to you from a safer place. It's really powerful. So it wasn't so scary having us all communicate today, was it? How do you donate? On my description page, there is a place you can go to. It's on, starts with an S, but you'll see it. And you can donate money there, which thank you very much. Also, if anyone wants to have a session, I do a lot with helping people develop themselves. I mentor people who want to discover more about themselves. Well, the Canadians have Thanksgiving this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. And I appreciate everyone for coming. And if you were here today and did the thumbs up, thank you very much, because it means a lot to the channel. And oh, you're welcome, Marby. Thank you for coming. I understand. That's fine, Lauren. I appreciate it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to say. I will be back on Monday for the Eye of Horus series and the healing series. So we'll do some kind of healing on Monday. And then Tuesday, we do the messages. And then on Wednesday, we never got around to Jesus talking. So that says this was more important. We have to trust the moment. So, all my love to all of you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing yourself and finding that, what I found over the years, 35 years. We're all the same, just at different spaces in time. But we've all lived through everything the others have. through some lifetime or another. And it's just getting tweaked at certain times. So, all right. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hit the thumbs up. You got that right. Many blessings. I love you all so much. God bless.